Let's continue our topic regarding the um, fundamentals operations with on whole numbers and on decimal. Let's get the example from your book on page 13. If you have your books, you may now open it on page 13, exercise 1.3. And for those who haven't, you can use your notebook. We're going to answer it together. We will be answering it together. Yes. On number 2, let's add 935 plus 154 plus 419. Ayan, we are now on number 2. Test 1, number 2. 604. You can copy plus. Alignment in addition and subtraction is very important. So I want you to align when you are copying your lectures. So for this one, the answer is 99. I need dictionary. Okay, try natin. 9, ayan. Tracer is already here. 1822. 2, 3, 11. This is the correct answer for number 2. Tama ba, class? Is my answer same with yours? Same with your answers? Yeah. Okay. Next, on number 3, let's add 651 by 149 to 382 and 506. Let's put an addition. Okay. Again, is my answer the same? Then, sa pag-compute nyo, you have to compute manually, ha? You have to compute manually. Do not use calculator. Do not use calculator. Next. 894 894 and 692,000. Let's add that to 9,605 and 400. Next, 65,863 and 981 10,000. 270 538. Ayan. Let's add that together. So let's align. Align natin. If you're using notebook, again, alignment is important in subtraction and in addition. Ayan. This one, kailangan naka-align lahat ng decimal point. Okay, naka-align lahat. Oops. It will be 8, 4, 5, 3, 0, oops, 0, 3, 3, 6, 3, 4, 3, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Are you done computing? Di ba? Sige. Okay. Again, is my answer the same with your answers? Hindi. Okay. 241. 4,000. Okay, again, alignment is important, class. You should align. Very important. Okay, next. We'll be moving to subtraction. Ayan, dito yung lahat ng addition natin. Next, subtraction. Hindi na ako magte-text. I'll be using the draw. Answer 397 minus subtracted by 256. So then that's it. Subtract 7 minus 6, we have 1. 9 minus 5, we have 4. And 3 minus 2, we have 1. Okay. For those who don't have their book, you may copy, please copy. Please do copy. Next, 982 minus 736. Since we cannot subtract 6 from 2, we need to borrow 1 from 8, right? 2 becomes 12. Therefore, 12 minus 6 is 6. 8 here is no longer 8. It becomes 7. 7 minus 3. 4. Okay, correct. And then 3. So, oops, sorry, 2. If we subtract 736 from 982, the answer is, the difference is 246. Next, let's subtract 6,789. 5,250 8. Again, you are not allowed to use calculator para mas na-practice kayo. Practice. Mentally. Adding or subtracting mentally. Okay. 9 minus 8, we have 1. 8 minus 5, we have 3. 7 minus 2, we have 5. And 6 minus 5, we have 1. Okay, good. Now, let's move to number 4 on test 2. 85,382 and 16 hundredths minus 67,184 58. Now let's subtract. We cannot subtract 8 from 6. That's why 6 has to be increased with 1. We need to borrow 1 from 1 here beside. So 6 becomes 16, right? 8 minus 16, no, rather 16 minus 8 becomes 8. Okay? 1 here is no longer 1, it becomes 0. 0. Or do you want me to show you? 16, and then 1 here becomes 0. We cannot subtract 5 from 0. That's why 0 has to be increased. We need to borrow again. 2 becomes 1 here, and then 0 now becomes 10. 10 minus 5, we have 5. Do not forget the decimal point. Okay. Again, we cannot subtract 4 from 1. Borrow again. We need to borrow from 8. 8 becomes 7, and then 1 here becomes 11. 11 minus 4, we have 7. Correct? Next, 7 minus 8, it can be also. That's why we need to increase 7 by 1 again from the digit beside it. So 3 here becomes 2. 7 here becomes 17. 17 minus 8, we have 9. Oh, do we need to still borrow 2? Not anymore, because we can subtract 1 from 2. That is 1. Okay. How about this one? We need to borrow, right? We cannot subtract 7 from 5. 5 should be increased. 5 becomes 15, and 8 here becomes 7. 15 minus 7 becomes 8. 7 minus 6 is 1. The correct answer for this one is 18,197 and 58 hundredths. Okay, one more. 126,000 minus 853 and 48 thousands subtracted by 97. 164 to 30. There's nothing to be subtracted from 8 here. That's why copy lang. Just copy. 8. Okay. Next, 4 minus 3, we have 1. 1 cannot be subtracted from 0. 0 has to be increased. 0 here becomes 10. 3 here becomes 2. 10 minus 1 is 9. Don't forget the decimal point. 2 cannot be subtracted. 2 has to increase. 2 becomes 12 and 5 here becomes 4. 12 minus 4 is 8. Okay. Again, 4 has to be increased. 14 minus 6, we have also 8. 7 minus 1, it's 6. Tama. This becomes 9. Kasi we need to borrow. So 1 here, and then this becomes 16. And then 2. Is your answer the same? And the correct answer for this one is 29,688 and 918 thousandths. 918 thousandths. Okay. Now, you may copy, class. You may copy on your notebook. For those who don't have their books, please copy it on your notebook. For those who don't have, you may correct your answers if it's wrong. You may correct it.
Yes. 5.
Let me clear. Okay,
Yes.
clear natin. Ayan. Now, how are we going to compute for the gross profit if sales and costs are given? Okay, sales are given. And what are costs? And what are gross profit? Ano ba yung mga terms na yan? We need to define it first. Dito muna tayo sa gross. When we say gross, it's the totality. It's the summary of lahat ng earnings. Let's say if we have business or if you are earning, let's say your mommy and daddy is earning, right? Mommy and daddy are earning. Let's say if they are earning, their total earnings are called gross. Gross income or gross profit. We use the term profit if we are pertaining to business. Kaya merong profit. Okay, profit. Ito yung kita in Tagalog. Ito yung kita. Okay. When we say gross, it means total. Meaning, without deductions, without lahat ng ginagastos nyo, without subtracting yung mga kinikita. Okay, lahat yung mga ginagastos. Okay, without subtracting. Okay, gross. When we say sales, ito yung total income. Okay, sales. Total income. And then the cost, ito yung mga expenses. Ito yung mga ginagastos. Let's say, mga electric bill nyo, mga water bill, telephone bill, dinededuct yan sa sweldo ng mami nyo. Kasi yun yung mami and daddy nyo. Kasi sila yung nagbabayad. Tama? Sila yung nagbabayad. Or yung any guardian nyo. O, pag sinabing cost, may naririnig kayong cost. How much is the cost? Ibig sabihin, expenses yun. Ibig sabihin, i-deduct yun sa total earnings. Sa total na kinikita. Okay? Nalilito ba? Medyo nalilito. Yung formula for this one and finding the formula for this one is by subtracting. Okay, kunin natin yung example on your book. Okay, we need to subtract sales. It's like this.
Yes.
Please copy
Yes.
this on your notebook, and then for those who have book, you may copy it using your pencil on your book din. Para no need to write it sa notebook. Profit. Oops. Yung total sales ng business, okay, dinededuct lahat ng kanyang gastusin or yung cost or yung expenses para makita niya kung magkano yung total na kinikita. Okay? Okay, good. Pag sinubtract nyo yung lahat ng cost or gastusin in the business sa total sales,
Yes.
okay, pag sinabi kasing sales, may mga products na binibenta. Out of that mga products na binibenta, makikita mo lang kung magkano yung total mo na profit. Magkano lang yung total mo na kinikita. Ganon din yung sa household, sa bahay natin. Yung earnings ni mommy and daddy, i-deduct natin yung lahat ng cost, mga bayarin, makikita nyo lang kung magkano yung total nilang kinikita out of working in their work. Sa trabaho nila, in their job, makita nyo lang kung magkano yung total nilang na kinikita. Because we need to deduct. Hindi na kasi totally as in siyang matatanggal, yung mga cost na yan, mga expenses, hindi siya talaga, hindi pwedeng hindi ibabawas. Hindi pwedeng hindi siya mababawas. Mababawas siya, kailangan siya ibawas. By then, makikita nyo kung magkano lang yung total na masisave ng parents nyo. Total masisave ng guardians nyo. Kaya importante yung formula na ito. Okay? Importante itong formula na ito. Sales minus cost is equals to gross profit. May question kayo regarding dito sa tatlong terms na to, the sales, cost, and gross profit. Kahit sa business, applicable itong formula na to. Kung may business kayo, may family business kayo, ganyan din yung formula na ginagamit nila. Kapag wala namang business, you can apply it to yourself. Sa bahay, maa-apply yan. Yung sales, yan yung sinesweldo ng parents nyo. Ima-minus lahat ng gastusin sa bahay, equals gross profit or yung total lang na kinikita, yung total na natitira. Ayan. Para maging aware kayo sa lahat ng mga finances sa bahay or sa business. Para maging aware kayo. So ito yung formula na ginagamit for you to know kung paano ang computation. Whether business or sa bahay or in household. Ganyan. Okay? Sige. We'll just write na lang the clear muna. Clear. Ayan. Clear natin. So, sales. I hope may time pa. Ayan. Sales. Dito yung cost. And then, ito yung gross profit. Palitan natin yan. Next. 900. I hope umabot pa. 942 and 55. Subtracted by 500. 61.36. Ito natin number 1. Next, for number 2, 3,469.57 subtracted by 1,683. Oops. And 02. Next, for number 3, 2,503. 89 minus 986.48. Okay, please answer this on your, sige, kaya pa ata, 4. Still have, yan, 780, 821.73 by 5 or 16 by 80 and 48,000. 38.40